Good afternoon, this is Federico Bentley from Ayondo Markets, highlighting today's key points of the July UK budget. George Osborne has delivered his 7th budget as Chancellor, the first for a majority Conservative government since November 1996. We'll start focusing on the state of the economy, where it's grown by 3% in 2014, a 2.4% growth forecast in 2015, the same as predicted in March, followed by 2.3% and 2.4% in the two following years. 1 million extra jobs predicted to be created by 2020. Now we look at public borrowing and the deficit and spending. The deficit is to be cut at the same pace as during the last Parliament, securing a budget surplus a year later than planned in 2019-2020. Borrowing is set to fall from £69.5 billion this year to £43.1 billion, £24.3 billion and £6 billion before hitting a £10 billion surplus in 2019-2020. Debt as a share of GDP to fall from 80.3% this year to 79.1%, 77.2%, 74.7%, 71.5% and 68.5% in successive years. 1% public sector pay is to rise to continue for the next 4 years. £37 billion of further spending cuts by 2020, including £12 billion of welfare cuts and £5 billion from tax avoidance. Next, we have the welfare and pensions. The working age benefits are to be frozen for 4 years, including tax credits and local housing allowance. Rents in social housing sectors will be reduced by 1% a year for the next 4 years. Higher income households in social housing will be required to pay rents at the market rate. Tax credits and universal credits to be restricted to 2 children, affecting those born after April 2017. Reduced earning levels for tax credits, withdrawals from £6,420 to £3,850. Disability benefits will not be taxed or means tested. 18 to 21-year-olds will not be entitled to claim housing benefit automatically with a new earn-to-learn obligation. Employment and support allowance payments for claimants deemed able to work to be aligned with job seekers' allowance for new claimants. The state pension triple lock to be protected. Green paper published on proposals for a radical change to pension saving system. And also an annual tax relief and pension contributions to be limited to £10,000 a year. Now for a more personal approach, we're looking at the personal taxation and pay. There will be an introduction of a new national living wage for all workers aged over 25, starting at £7.20 from April 2016 and set to reach £9 an hour by 2020. Inheritance tax threshold will be increased to £1 million from 2017. Personal tax allowances to rise to £11,000 next year. The point at which people start paying income tax at 40% is to rise from £42,385 to £43,000 next year. George Osborne also confirmed plans to reduce tax evasion by giving HM Revenue and Customs £750 million to pursue tax evaders, raising the sum it can raise by £7.2 billion. There will be nowhere to hide for those using tax avoidance schemes, he mentioned. Now looking at business-related issues. The permanent non-dom status is to be abolished from April 2017. Anyone who has lived in the UK for 15 of the past 20 years will pay the same level of tax as any other UK citizen. £7.2 billion is to be raised from clampdown on tax avoidance and tax evasion, with HMRC budget increased by £750 million. Bank levy rate to be gradually reduced over the next 6 years, and a new 8% surcharge on bank profits introduced from January 2016. The cap on charges imposed by claims management companies and an increase in insurance premium tax to 9.5% from November. There will be a new apprenticeship levy for large employers. Corporation taxes to be cut to 19% in 2017 and 18% in 2020. The climate change levy exemption for renewable electricity shall be removed. Now our final point to look at is the budget on the defence. The government to spend 2% of GDP on defence every year, meeting NATO target. Spending on defence is to rise in real terms every year during the Parliament, and a new £1.5 billion joint security fund is to be created. That's all for today's budget key points, so thank you very much for listening, and tune in for tomorrow morning's market update. Thank you.